Hi everybody and welcome back to Relax My Dog. Now today's video is quite an interesting one. We're going to be talking about how dogs came from wolves. So if you would like to learn more and more about this, then definitely do stay tuned. Now before we do get started, definitely do let me know down below in the comments, does your dog do anything that is very wolf-like? For example, does your dog howl? Do they like to bury things? Do they like to hunt? Let me know down below in the comments, but let's just get started. So the real question is, do we actually know how they came from wolves? And the answer is sort of. We sort of know exactly where they came from, but the actual history of this is quite unresearched really. There's a lot of people out there trying to research it, but it is very, very much subject to where you hear it from or where you look it up from. So I'm going to try and get an all-around picture of where exactly and how they actually came from wolves. So like I say, even though there is so much speculation over exactly how this happened, it was likely to have happened when dogs were evolved about 20 to 40,000 years ago. So obviously a very, very long time ago, and so the history behind this is quite speculated. It isn't known who domesticated these wolves, and also scientists can't really agree on one person or one thing that happened. However, there is a story behind how dogs or wolves became domesticated like dogs. The story goes that there were a pack of wolves and there was a selected few within that pack that were friendly wolves, similar to how a dog behaves now, and they would go and beg for food and go and find hunters, and the hunters, because the dogs or the wolves were friendly, they would decide to feed the wolves, and then eventually over time the dogs that weren't friendly, that were quite still wolf-like, they would die off because they wouldn't be fed, but the ones that were friendly would continue to be fed, meaning that they were able to populate and then be fed again. So they sort of built a bond with the humans, and that's how we have dogs today. And then there's also another theory that started out as a family who captured a wolf pups and they brought them up to be domesticated, and that is how we have dogs today. Like I said, it's very, very much speculated, and you can believe one story and then read another and be like, I believe that one. So definitely do your own research if you want more in-depth reasoning behind this. I'm just sort of trying to give as much of an overview as I can. And then obviously over time there became different breeds. They became smaller, they evolved, they became like shorter muzzles, they had much smaller teeth, so they just sort of domesticated and become more like dogs over time. But that is it for this week's video. I really do hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to comment down below, and also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and you would like to. Also don't forget to follow our social medias, they're all along the bottom here, if you would like to learn more and more about your dog. And me and Milo will see you next week for next week's video. Bye.